Yeah, no, she was encouraged to like your She had four. One by her husband, one by someone else. There we go.
Hey guys, we're about to begin. Hi, my name is Iris Sowlat, and what you're about to see is Climate Change Theater Action. This is a series of readings of 10 new short plays about climate change. Climate Change Theater Action is a movement that is happening all over the world in the month of December to coincide with the UN Climate Change Conference in Paris. The project is sponsored by NoPassport, Theater Without Borders, and the Arctic Circle, and the Arctic Cycle. So enjoy these pieces. I hope that they can encourage you all to talk to your friends and fellow audience members about climate change. You're welcome to stand around here at the bar and mingle and discuss the pieces after the show. There will also be a tip bucket after the show, so if you like what you see, please give us a little something. So I hope you enjoy the show. Please turn your cell phones off. It should run about an hour.
One a youth, one an adult, and another an elder, enter and light a fire.
The first ancestor who learned to manipulate fire
saved us from the cold and the darkness,
gave us light.
We learned to burn animals to kill the parasites in their flesh and make their meat easier to store.
We used its light to illuminate the darkness, its heat to fend off the cold.
We learned to make weapons by the fire. We sculpted blades from the stone by its light.
All the while coaxed by the crackling song of the fire.
Someone figured out that if you burn certain rocks, metal ore will pour from them.
We made knives, arrowheads, spears, and jewelry from the metals.
We captured fire and put it to work for us.
And that's when we became a force of nature.
The more things we burned, the more we learned about them.
Fire taught us about fuel.
We learned which things burned best. We learned to focus it, to make it hotter.
Hotter!
Fuel taught us how to make fire explode at our urging.
We harnessed it, played with it. We learned to store its potential, release it all at once. We put that potential fire into metal shells to be fired from guns of steel.
Smelted and forged in fire.
We bound it to engines.
And then to engines with guns.
A car for everyone.
We attached wings to engines.
And we flew them with fire too.
Fire even taught us about air.
We split the atom and brought the fire of the sun to the earth.
Yes.
Then we dropped that atom-fueled fire onto ourselves from a winged engine to see how we would burn.
We also launched ourselves into space with that fire and touched the moon with it.
All of our technologies, they originate from it. That fire is the origin of all our technology.
I don't understand.
All of our cultures still dance around the heat of that original fire.
The smoke from all the fires that ever burned
And are burning now.
remain with us.
It's getting hot. It's getting hotter and hotter. What are we going to do? How can we stop it?
Is it? It's perfectly natural. Burning is unstoppable.
There's nothing we can do. I mean, we need the fires. We need to burn to keep warm.
To feed us?
To make war.
To make things and fuel our lives. We can't go back to the darkness and the cold.
No, we can't, but maybe there's another way.
This is the only way.
We made cars, then we made roads, and then we made cities with roads for cars. fuel stations, drive-ins and drive-thrus, and suburbs and strip malls. In 100 years, we paved the world. It didn't take long to build this world of fire and smoke and asphalt. It happened all at once.
It did take us by surprise, really.
There are other ways.
It took all of us to get here.
It'll take all of us again.
But what can we do?
There's nothing we can do.
We have to do everything we can.
It's too much.
We have to.
How do we start?
Maybe we need to look away from the fire. Maybe we need to look deeper into the water. Maybe we need to look into the wind and the subtleties of the earth. Maybe we need to harness the other elements we take for granted.
Well, it will take all of us.
How can we look away from the fire? The fire is always good.
It took us all to get here. It will take us all together.
Hurry, it's getting hotter. We're running out of time.
What are we supposed to do?
The rain has gone mad. It hides itself behind swathes of blue sky. The rain has gone mad. It won't come out to water my maize. My Sukumawiki has curled up and died. The mad rain has found a fetish for white bones you'd better look at. The rain is mad. I hear it far away, cackling in the never-ending blue sky. When will it come back? I search the blue sky, but the rain has gone deep into hiding. I think I'll go mad. The mad rain has come. Now I wish it would stop. I can hear it thunder. Lightning rips the sky apart. The mad rain has come. It taunts me. Is this not what you wanted? Come on now, make up your mind. Is this not your heart's desire? The rain is mad. The rain is ruckus and wild. It pours itself out of a dark, brooding sky. It leaks through giant tears in the sky. Torrents pound down. It won't stop. The mad rain has come. It taunts me. Is this not what you wanted? Come on now, make up your mind. Is this not your heart's desire? The rain is mad. The wind steals the roof off my house. My house floods, roads rage. My 60-inch Sony TV becomes a small boat. My furniture floats away in the night. I cling onto the roof of my house, afraid for my life. There is nowhere to hide. The rain has gone mad. The rain is mad. Was it you who made the rain go mad?
I was a skipper at 18. The first time I went to the Grand Banks, I was 22. We had a smaller boat back then. We really didn't have to go that far, but we thought we did. From Sambro, 60 hours to the Grand Banks, steaming at 7.5 or 8 knots. You know that movie, The Perfect Storm? Now, there's a lot of inaccuracies in that film, but what the men do on the deck, that's exactly my job. My boat is a long liner, 62 feet, fiberglass. Halibut, swordfish, some hockey, not a lot, too many cod, except in the bycatch, some tuna, yellowfish, big eye. Never got into that too much, but we catch some. There are weird things happening out there. This year was, you always feel like something's different, but this was a really weird year. Because the harpoon boats, the water was too cold, so they couldn't harpoon swordfish. Then the water got too hot overnight. Things seem to be happening much faster, so you're going from extremely cold to extremely warm. It has to be 58 to 60 degrees for harpooning. But they couldn't get water above 56 or 57. Then instead of getting that nice combo range, 58 to 62, over 90 it was more like 65 and up. And this summer I seen sperm whales around when the water was really hot, which is weird, because it don't make sense. We're used to seeing them when the water's cold, like in the winter or spring. But this year we saw lots swimming along when the water was hot. I couldn't really figure that out at all. We're seeing fish when we normally don't see them. The water's hotter on top and cold underneath. We're seeing different species that shouldn't be in the same area. The Port Beagle shark, everything you read says it's endangered. But if there's any more of them, they're going to run us up on shore. That's how many there are. They're getting them up in northern Labrador. I talked to someone who lives up there, and they had never seen Port Beagle shark in their life. But every year now, they're getting thicker, thicker, thicker. So the warm water's got to be going further north, or there are that many that are traveling up there. Everything seems later in the year this year, a month later. I feel that there's a lot of people in powerful places who don't tell the truth. I don't care if you've no education or education up the yin-yang. There are guys who come to a meeting with us, and amongst us guys say, we think it is this way. But then they show up with a bunch of high-class scientists in the room, and they're totally different. I don't believe in that. Don't matter who you are. You've got your opinion. Everyone's got their opinion, but you don't have two hats. Your opinion is your opinion, regardless of what door you walk in. I've seen it so many times, it makes me crazy. Not everyone, of course. I think fishing's in good shape. Real good, if they don't screw it up politically, the quotas and such. Everything is a negative. Some environmental groups say the bluefin tuna and the sharks are endangered. 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 It's the way to raise money, but it's not the truth. If you open your mouth and say, there's a lot of sharks, you're in shit. It's just one of those things. God is my judge. If I don't make a penny the rest of my life, bluefin tuna and sharks are, well, I'm 57, are in as good of shape as I have seen in my life. Absolutely. And any fisherman will tell you that. Sure, we have some good months, some bad months, but overall, it's not bad at all. In certain places, the cod's coming back. Yes, in certain places. Up around here? No. And they never will, because of that many seals. How could they possibly? Not the only problem, but certainly one of the main reasons. And the water temperature. That has a lot to do with the cod not coming back too. But I'd be a liar to say that I knew the answer. I wish I did, but I don't. I haven't noticed any difference in the weather. No more wind or anything. It gets pretty nasty in the winter, but then it does most years. A bad storm is a bad storm, regardless of what year it is, right? You know that part in The Perfect Storm, when he's going out of the harbor, and all the houses are behind, just the open water ahead. For me, it's like everything falls away. That's what it's like for me. It always has been. I don't see that the changes are making a big change in the fishery. I mean, you are seeing different species are in the warmer water, but I don't see changes in the fishery.
Look at me, made human of the humankind, shelled by shelling hate, alive to the stirring cry. Angels will not wait. I cannot be the soaring one, the winged phoenix in the clouds. You bore me once. You wore me
down. Break my tongue, loud I have heard across the leafy wood, along the barren stones. You held my hand and did not dance. You carried, yes, my bones. This cathedra sees what it wants, but also what you need. Gospel child, the gospel drums sound the floor. Bleed.
Hymn the hymn of her and him, and him and him and her, a hymn of joy and praise. Score the hymn of limb and limb, a torso song of days. Of hymns by him and her and him, when he was young and she was them, and all the world concurred that this was how in songs of old he would be hymn to her. For hymns set down on bars of rest would bar the hymns writ best. If hymns were his and hers to tell, who would deliver next? This hymn of then, this hymn of once, this hymn of shaking free the hymns of old and dying ones surrendered to the breeze. O hymn of mine, O hymn of her, O her who sings of him. Whose hymn am I, when song is cleft, and hymn is but a tree of him, felled once, of her no more, of us in disease. This hymn of ours is ours to sing, for we have been here long. Hymn to him, her to her, him to her, and none.
So, I don't know, maybe you heard about what happened last summer in New York City? Yeah?
No.
Anybody? No? Okay, well, let me tell you. Okay, let me fill you in, alright? The bees. My people, alright? Okay, so we're not actually people, but I'm going to talk to you in terms that you can understand, okay? I'm not going to buzz, alright? Alright? I'm going to buzz for you. I'm not going to put on a yellow and black suit. I'm not going to put on antennae so you can distance yourself and go, fuck him, he's a bee. Yeah. I'm not going to do any of that. What you're looking at right now is really the essence of the bees. I am the essence, and the bees are my people. Okay. All right. August 2015. Check this out. Here's the solution, or the situation. Pesticides, pollution, dwindling source of flower nectar citywide. Okay, I hope I don't have to paint a picture. This is not about pastrami, okay? This is not about your favorite sushi restaurant that you went to for 30 years and then you show up and, it's fucking Verizon, you know? Ain't about that. Ain't about, I don't know, I can't find a good pickle anymore. That's your own problem. I ain't gonna talk about that right now. This is about poison, alright? This is about poison on my food. This is about poison hitting my home, hitting all my friends, killing all of us. You don't believe me? Here, check out this, what you call Harvard study. Published in June 15th edition of the Bulletin of Insectology. Insectology, kind of a cool word. I kind of like it. Fuck you, I like it. Whatever. Says here in Harvard is found irrevocable proof that, I quote, sublethal exposure to neonicotinoids is likely the main culprit of the occurrence of colony collapse disorder. And by colony they mean the bees, right? So they call it CCD. This happens so often that they got fucking initials for it. But still, it's nice to know what actually is killing you, right? In case you don't know what neonicotinoids, it's got nicotine in the middle of it. Do the math, okay? Got any smokers here? Yeah, you know it. So anyway, this summer, starving us to death as we were in Midtown Manhattan with the neonicotinoids and covering the food, smoking us out of the hives, and if that wasn't enough, we had this fucking drought killing off whatever potentially fresh food we had. So we went a little nomad. Actually, we went a little stark raving on that. Okay? Okay, so we started with this bicycle, right? I don't know, it just like spoke to us. Well, the handlebars did. So we got 30,000 of us bees, right? And by God, we're going to colonize these handlebars. So we formed this human hive, if you will, collecting on every surface of the handlebars until there was this big humming, palpitating mass, right, of handlebar-shaped bees. And then they call the fucking cops, because, that's what fucking people do. They ain't got nothing better to do, right? They call the cops, they push us off, and we're not deterred, so we move on. We go to 55th and Broadway, another symbolic stop. This is even better. We go to this traffic light, right? All of us gathered in the red, right? How perfect is that? A cry for stop. It was beautiful. And we start losing numbers. And we go 25,000 to 20,000 to 15,000. And we were determined to go forward. So this news crew starts following us around, right? They're going one block at a time. We tackled this Empire Szechuan at 54th and 5th. They were there. We hit a Banana Republic at 53rd and 5th. They were there. And they showed up to cover that because they quickly realized that they weren't just following this colony migration. They were following this massive, soul-sucking suicide mission. That's what we were doing. Because it was obvious we were dying. It was clear that us, a single, thriving, gorgeous, honey-making, nectar-loving colony that not too long ago was 50,000. We were going out. And if we were going out, we were going to take some of the fucking city with us. So we kept moving. And we were just crazy, and we were mad, and we were hungry until we were like 10,000. And then 5,000. Then 50. By then, we weren't fucking news, right? News crews went away. Oh, they're hanging out at some, symbolism and shit. They're not there now. Forget about it. They said, no news, don't worry about it. Because no one hears your buzz when you're going out, you know what I mean? When you got your whole colony, and we're buzzing, and we can all fit in a little plastic coffee cup, about this big. Right? Nobody listens. Nobody fucking notices that little piece of bee fluff on the edge of Union Square, crawling for his life toward that last rose of summer. So the hive is broken. Now, I'm the last bee standing. Last of my colony. Here to testify, to make the last plea for my people. How many more of us are going to starve to death in Midtown Manhattan? Midtown Manhattan. How many more of us are going to starve in LA, across the ocean? Who's going to be on our side? Oh yeah, we got Greenpeace. They're doing good stuff. They're good people, but is it enough? What does it take to make it stop? The pollution and the pesticides that kill all the people. That's what I'm talking about. Please don't let my death be in vain. Save the bees. Save the people. Please.
on the day of the rapture.
Storm,
Fire in a box factory.
fire,
Flood.
We'll be submerged to the ocean floor.
Greed.
War.
Glow stick
old,
forest.
old buildings crumble and fall.
Homelessness is the law.
All vegetation taken over by the interstates.
Gondoliers riot.
And Providence changes its name.
We
are
all
changed.
changed. Fire in the dollar bill factory. Work to overload. Box of fire.
The war of greed is a never-ending conflict between get and spend.
End of the world.
Rapture. People ascend.
Float from earth to sky.
We all get collected by and by.
We
all
all
are
are
changed.
A fire in the box factory blows all the light bulbs and pops all the tires, drives the dogs to Situate and the cats to Cumberland. Providence is empty except for burning rubble, but the devil who can withstand the heat takes pity, comes over, and, using sewer caps as griddles, boils up vats of pasta, which we eat down by the water where it was cooler in the rain.
You will not live long by the devil's bottomless pasta. Few will sleep, and those who do won't wake up, because the world is covered in darkness and roosters can't tell time.
He was so cold, so cold. He put on layer upon layer. Layers of blankets, layers of snow, layers of dead earthworms, layers of scribbled napkins. He put on layer upon layer until he was not himself anymore, until he couldn't see himself anymore. I am not the same person that I was, he said. I am not the same person that I was once upon a time. But he was still cold.
We'll be submerged to the ocean floor.
Or,
By grace of what God's giving.
We'll consort with all that's living.
and hold on to.
A clear mind, clean blood, no addictions for my sister. Crosswords that work without any words, deceased family and friends alive.
Fresh vegetables, fresh fruit, harmony between people. A well-organized protest.
People together quietly, people together noisily. Health for my mother.
Find your love again.
A vintage Mustang. Oneness. Unity.
Old buildings will crumble and fall, revealing plush grass underneath the concrete slabs.
Forever young.
Chirping birds.
Perfect health.
A fair election.
A place where there is peace and animals, all the food you can want. Trees, rivers of water, sunny, shiny warmth, love, kindness, children playing, perfect harmony, heaven on earth.
Tame wildlife.
Blue skies.
Live it up.
Freedom. Security.
No wars.
Lobster. Justice.
No need for home. Everyone's home.
Clothes.
Dreams.
Water.
Coffee.
Candy.
Peace.
Heart.
Hope.
Food.
Love.
Mind. Soul.
Fear.
Believe.
Live it up.
So we don't have to.
Live this down.
Peace and freedom to all is the ultimate destiny, where we can love and conquer humankind's weaknesses and strengths.
All equal.
Beautiful.
A bathroom fit for an emperor, or a movie mogul, take your pick. The owner of this palace, or home, again, take your pick, Jason W. Casually but regally dressed, physically extremely fit, tan but not too tan, is on his Bluetooth near the sink, which looks like no ordinary sink, but really is a sink, or at least was supposed to be. A great deal of noise emanates from the other side of the bathroom door. There is a huge party going on, which is why...
Yes, this is Jason, and if you don't mind one more time, who exactly am I speaking to? I'm sorry, could you sit? 1 second. Could you please hold it down? Could you please hold it down? Why'd you shut the fuck up? I'm trying to fix this. Thank you. Okay, here I am. Yeah, and this is? Right, thank you. And you have my records? No, Rodeo Drive's my office. My house is in Bel Air. Bellagio Road, yes, that's it. Okay, so can you hear me clearly? Okay, listen to this. Hear that? That is the cold water tap on the sink in my east parlor bathroom. Now I'm going to open up the hot water tap. Listen to this. Where the fuck is our water? I said, where the fuck is our water? No, listen to me. It's not just this bathroom. If it were, we would not have a problem. It's like this in every bathroom. Plus the kitchen, the laundry room, and the pantry. But it is the bathrooms I'm concerned about at this particular moment. We have 10 bathrooms. 11 if you count the pool house, which I suppose you should, though. At the moment, I don't give a fuck about the pool, because the water in the pool is completely stagnant since no fresh water is going in. If you'd like to use it, please do. What do you mean, what time is it? What time is it where you are? Well, that's what time it is here. I'm sorry, the city's doing what? What? I'm sorry, you're doing what? Is this a joke? Okay, let me get this straight. From now on, if we want to use the water in our bathrooms, we will have to do so before 8 p.m. Because after that, there will be no water coming in. Great, thank you. Yeah, I thought you said, and when may we expect the water to come back? Is this a joke? No joke, okay. Noon the next day. No, I'm sorry, at noon every other day. What happens on the days in between? You don't know yet. Depends on the rainfall, I see. And if there is no rain, so what are we supposed to do with all the shit that we'll have been gathering? Fertilizer? Good, thank you. You know, let me tell you something. No. You listen to me. This is my fucking house. And no, you listen to me. This is my fucking house, okay? I have earned it, which means I deserve it, which is why I have it. And right now, as we speak, there are approximately 150 guests in my house, all of whom live in this very special community, or at least formerly very special community, which up until now, we have all been very proud to live in. And the reason they are here tonight is because their houses, which are frankly not quite as large as mine, but still one might say palatial, have been, for the past 2 days, not been receiving any running water. That is correct. And they do not understand why. But since I have more bedrooms than they do, and therefore more bathrooms, ask me politely if they might come over here tonight in the belief that they might be able to go find some actual running water and use the fucking bathroom. And I have not been around for the past few days, so I said, sure, of course, come on by. We will of course have running water. How can we not? And of course, we do not. And so, they have been pissing on our shrubbery, shitting on our lawn, and I believe the pool as well, which is fine with me, because as far as I'm concerned, this pool is fucking done for. But come noon tomorrow, they will have water once again. Oh, they will certainly be glad to hear that. What? But only for an hour. I see. And how is your bathroom doing, if I may ask? Really, how interesting. Where the fuck do you live? And where the fuck is that? Jesus. You have an actual bathroom out there? Forgive me, but how the fuck do you have a working bathroom when my friends and I no longer do? Because what? Because you don't water your lawn? Forgive me, but why don't you water your lawn? Do you not like it? You don't have a lawn? So the state allows you to have a bathroom. Well, that makes sense. So if you don't mind, what am I supposed to do with my lawn? Do what? Pour concrete over it. As a rain catchment, I see. Maybe I should hang awnings all around to collect the morning dew. And who should I contact about obtaining these particular kinds of awnings? Right, okay. Yes, thank you. Unfortunately for you, I'm not going to stand for this. And by tomorrow afternoon, you will be out of work. And water will be flowing once again into all of my bathrooms. And all of my friends' bathrooms. You know who I am? No, I'm serious. Do you know who I am? I'm asking you, do you know who I am? What do you mean you don't care? Hello? Hello?
not here.
What?
I'm not here!
Are you alright?
Jason!
You've been in there a long time. Is it okay? Hey, Jason, can we go swimming in your pool? Oh, yeah, Jason, can we go swimming in your pool? Hurry, it's okay. I really like to swim.
It sounds like Riverdale.
But instead of opening the bathroom door, Jason opens the medicine cabinet, takes out numerous bottles of what are obviously prescription pills, empties maybe 50 pills into his hands, then pops them all into his mouth. Then he takes a cup and tries to fill it with water. But he forgot. There's no water. Scene: an elegant couch center stage with designer cushions, a fashionable coffee table, perhaps tasteful minimalist flower arrangement, and a high-end glossy magazine or two artfully placed. There is a soothing background sound of gentle waves, warm lighting for a sunlit house at the beach. Mariana enters, a poised, sophisticated woman, yet also clearly tired, stylishly dressed in a professional outfit with smart jewelry beneath an open judge's robe, carrying the judge's wig. High-heeled shoes, chic but understated, visible beneath the robe. She flings the wig onto the table, slumps onto the couch, removes her shoes, puts her legs up, and begins massaging her feet. Natalia bursts in, furiously, waving her mobile phone in the air.
Mum, what the hell are you doing? It's all over the news. How could you send those poor people back there? There's nothing there for them. You're sentencing them to death.
They're not refugees, Natalia. They don't qualify. There's nothing I can do.
But you're the judge. You get to judge things, don't you? Of course they're fucking refugees. Their homes have been washed away. There's no fresh water. Mum, they've got children, daughters. You can't make them go back to that.
Don't swear, Nat. It's not ladylike. And it's not that simple, love. The law says there must be a well-founded fear of persecution causing serious harm to qualify for refugee status. Maybe there might be a cyclone causing serious harm, maybe not. But a cyclone isn't persecution. I can't override the wording of the law. It's my job to apply the letter of the law. It says, if it says definite serious harm, then I have to require definite serious harm to prove the application.
Mum, if you could hear yourself, it's like you want them to be harmed. It's not just cyclones. There's no food, there's no water, their crops won't grow, and there's sewerage in the water supply. Sewerage, Mum, shit in the water.
Oh, now it's not like I don't know this, love. I know this, but I can't do anything about it. This has been the worst day. Believe me, I would do this differently if I could. I'm stuck, Nat, and it's hellish. Stuck in the grips of a law that's badly worded and a job that gives me no choice. It's not me. Make me a cup of tea, will you, Nat? Seriously, I've had the most awful day. On the radio, someone phoned in and called me a killer. The killer of Kiribati.
All right, Mum, let's have a cup of tea, eh? And don't listen to talk back in your car. You know you shouldn't.
Sorry, Mum. Sorry to intrude.
No, that's all right, Stefan. Just having a sit down. How's the work going?
Not quickly enough, Mum. Sorry to say. I think I need to hire another hand, or we're going to lose the whole wall again when we get another king tide. We need to get it to at least 3 meters, Mum. Double reinforced, right the way along, before the next big one. And if we get another storm before I get it up, I think you're screwed. That's a bad way to put it. Sorry, Mum. If we get another storm, you'll lose the lawn. Maybe even the edge of the patio. I'm working as fast as I can, Mum, but I mean really.
Carry on, please.
Right, sorry.
All right, how much extra is it going to cost me?
Oh, well, couple hundred maybe, Mum. Something like that.
Hi, Stefan.
Hello,
Bye,
Nat.
Stefan.
Right.
Thank you, Stefan. 200 is absolutely fine. You don't need to ask me for permission unless it's over 1,000.
Oh, thank you, Mum. I mean, Mariana, Mum. Sorry, off I go. Bye.
Here you go, Mum.
Oh, God, that's awful. Oh, what's wrong with it?
Salt water, Mum. That's all they have to drink now in Kiribati. Salt water. All their wells are salinated because of the rising sea levels.
That is not okay, young lady. You put salt in my tea? Your behavior is completely inappropriate. You could have made me sick.
At least I didn't put shit in it. And you're calling me inappropriate? You're the one hiring teams of man candy to endlessly build and rebuild fucking 6-meter seawalls to keep out the inevitable. We need to move, Mum. We can't live at the beach anymore, okay? When is that going to get in your thick head?
Natalia, how dare you speak to me like that? Every single thing I do for you. The job, the house. Ever since your father left, it's just me holding all this together, you know, keeping us safe. I'm just trying to keep us safe, make us a nice home for us.
There is no safe anymore, Mum. Nothing's safe. Can't you get it? There never was safe. It's all in your head. There is no fucking wall big enough. We're all up shit creek together.
Teenagers.
and his girlfriend Anna, an aspiring actress, are among the last people scattered on the beach. Anna is standing rehearsing a monologue from Chekhov's The Seagull for an audition next day. Tom watches her, slightly distracted by the ocean. He's not really in the mood for Chekhov. He drinks vitamin water from a plastic bottle.
Men and lions, eagles and partridges, antlered deer, geese, spiders, and silent fishes swimming in the ocean. Starfish, tiny creatures invisible to the eye. These and every form of life, every form of life, have ended their melancholy round and gone extinct. Thousands of centuries have passed since this earth bore any living being on its bosom. Only in vain does yon pale moon light her lamp. No longer do the cranes walk and cry in the meadows. No longer do the cranes walk and cry in the meadows. The hum of the cockchafers are silent in the linden grove. All is cold, 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 empty, 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 terrible, terrible, terrible. Hey, that seagull has a bottle of water in its mouth.
Where? Oh, yeah. The motherfucker stole it.
Hey, is Chekhov talking about climate change in this monologue? I mean, was he a visionary in regards to climate change?
I don't know. Isn't that about global warming? Chekhov says it's all is cold and empty. It sounds more like a post-apocalyptic image to me.
Exactly. It is about climate change and the consequences of our actions. It's the seagull will eat the plastic and die. The seagulls will soon become extinct, like many other species. It's all about climate change. I mean, how could you deny it? You're one of those skeptics. I hate climate change skeptics.
Wow. How do we get into this thing? I mean, I don't really have an opinion on climate change. I don't know enough about it.
That's so typical for you non-believers. You don't think that you, drinking your water out of plastic bottles and leaving the plastic bottles on the beach, that you are actually part of the problem.
Hey, I didn't plan to leave our bottles on the beach. We're gonna recycle them.
Of course we will! Drop the stupid fucking bottle, you stupid bird! You're gonna die!
You can't solve the world's problems right now. You're too sensitive. Hey, let's just enjoy the day. It might be the last weekend with nice weather.
What if I don't get the role? I wanted to play Nina in the single all my life. This is my chance and I have to get it.
You'll get it, honey. You'll be great tomorrow. They will love you. I know it.
And what if they don't?
And if they don't, it's their loss. You'll keep flying.
Oh, hey, the Seagull dropped the bottle! Yay!
Yeah, let's get it and recycle it.
Look at me. Why won't you look at me? You were such a surprise. No one was waiting for you. No one was expecting you. The idea of you hadn't even crossed my mind. You just showed up one day out of nowhere, a fully formed creature, a little beast with its own will, ready to take the world by storm. I should have seen it coming, of course. I should have realized when you crawled out of the ocean that something was happening. Something had been set in motion. But the truth is, it was all random. A little mutation here, a little mutation there, and boom, there you were with your big head and your big brain, so proud of yourself for standing on your own 2 feet. And that's the beauty of it. That's the real miracle. Somehow, in the space of a geological flicker, chaos organized itself into you. Why won't you look at me? Then one day it happened. One day you spread your wings and set out to make the world your own. And what a day that was. Drunk on your own power, you heard and saw and tasted. You experienced and learned, invented and discovered, organized and cataloged. It was so exhilarating. I watched you grow. Innocent and carefree, incapable of even imagining that, well, maybe it wouldn't have even made a difference. We used to gaze into each other's eyes, remember? From dusk to dawn and dawn to dusk, and I held you close and we lost ourselves into each other's mystery. That was before you started calling me mother. Before there was anything to call mother. I was you and you were me. There was no distance to travel, no otherness to name. It was our own version of Eden, our own little paradise. You know, maybe the proverbial apple wasn't plucked from a tree. Maybe it was extracted from the ground. Look at me. I wish you could look at me simply, without guilt or shame. I may be sick. I may be oozing thick black blood, but I'm not angry. I know you. For billions of years, I have carried you in my womb. You are made of me. You, my little piece of eternity, my little miracle. I know you're not ill-intentioned. I know you're not oblivious. I know you're not mean. You care. You want the best. You love. Yes, you do. Maybe imperfectly, but you love. The past is behind us. Let it go. And the future is forever hidden in the double helix of a cell. But now is here. Now is us. Now is our time for forgiving what has been done, for rediscovering what has been lost, and for healing what has been hurt. Now is our chance to bridge that distance again and reclaim the Eden that was before there was a mother. Look at me. Please. If I see myself in your eyes, I'll know that everything will be okay.
Wait for it.
for coming. Thank you so much to our 5 amazing actors who volunteered their time to be part of this project. Special thanks to Antonio, who designed the sound. Woo! And to Colin, who did the beautiful graphic design of our image. Woo! A video of this show will be posted up on YouTube as part of the project, so it will be forever archived. If you would like to know more, please feel free to research NoPassport, the Arctic Cycle, and Theater Without Borders. There's also a lobby display board out back, and if you like what you see, please use the hashtag ArtCop21. That's one of the hashtags of the project. Additionally, there's a tip bucket outside, so all of our actors are volunteers. Everything in the tip bucket will go directly to the performers. If they choose to donate their money, then I will donate their portion to NoPassport, which is a theater movement that does a lot of great stuff. Last year, they did a cycle of readings similar to this about gun violence, which, as we all know, is a really topical issue. So yeah, feel free to mingle with us out in the lobby, engage in conversation about the issues, and please put a little something for us in the tip bucket. Thank you for coming.
Yeah,